All right, what's going on, everybody? Um, it's your boy Orlando, and I'm just making another video because on my last one, my my battery for some reason always keeps overheating, but I already know why. It's because when your boy be spitting the word, you know what I'm saying, be spitting that heat, you know what I'm saying. The enemy tries to cancel it, he tries to destroy it. But I'm just gonna go ahead and give y'all another video added onto it. Now, the ways of this world, um, the devil, he just wants you to be hooked in. Like I said, he just wants you to be hooked in. Now, I hope that y'all can hear me really good, cause um I'm using like this mic or whatever, and I don't know if it's gonna be staticky. I really hope that it doesn't, cause I really like this mic, but I had this mic for like a long time or whatever. But anyways, back to the story, or back to what I was preaching and teaching about. That the devil, he just wants you to be hooked in. Like I said, you can eat organic food all day long, you know what I'm saying? But if you don't address the problem, if you don't cure the problem, right? It's like when you got a headache. If you just taking Tylenol, if you just taking these things that's just gonna give a cover up over the band-aid, you got to get to the root of the problem. The root of the problem. Now, look, guys, like I said, we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against high rulers, wickedness, and principalities. This battle is not ours. You know what I'm saying? The battle, Jesus done already done won. We already done won. All we got to do is live the holy, righteous lifestyle in victory. Now, Satan, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. You know what I'm saying? That's his true intentions. Don't let him come and steal your joy. Don't let him come and take your peace. And don't let him kill anything that the Lord has built you up to. Like I said in my videos, don't keep saying, Lord, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? Lord, why can I not be going viral? Lord, why can I not have a significant other? Why can I have the things that I want? A lot of times, majority of the time, the Lord is going to bless you what you need and not what you want. Now, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, he is gracious and has mercy on us. If it aligns up to the purpose of your life, of his will for you, then yeah, if he wants you to go viral and to be famous for X, Y, and Z reasons, he's gonna let you be that. But a lot of people, he don't let them be wealthy. He don't let them have X, Y, and Z, because once you done got a little taste of this world, you know what I'm saying, the taste of wanting to do what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, and forget God. You know what I'm saying? I done had my moments when I done had money, when I had beautiful women. I done had all the things of this world. And I ain't gonna say all the things, you know what I'm saying? But the things that of who I was as a person, you know what I'm saying? I no longer live that lifestyle anymore. It's just disgusting. Like when you get to the point when you're disgusted with sin, when you ask the Lord to marinate his Holy Spirit into you, the things that he hates and the things that he loves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things that you was chasing, the things that you were lusting after, the things that you were chasing of this world, get in the bag, get in the bag. You know what I'm saying? Chasing the bag, like we say nowadays, chasing the bag. But if we chase Jesus Christ, we'll have everything that we need and never won't. But you got to understand, too, that just because you don't see it right now, that don't mean it's not in store for you later. And just because you don't get it now or later, sometimes the Lord, you know what I'm saying, it's a simple no, because of it's going to change you. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he loves you. He doesn't hate the sinner, but he hates the sin. He hates that every time that you willfully go back into that sin, when you willfully go back into that sin, I personally don't know, but I feel like at times, like, it grieves him to the point it makes him sad. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if we're made in his image, right? The Lord, he gets mad, he gets angry, he gets upset and everything like that. He's, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But not in that sense of how a human is, you know what I'm saying? Because the Lord, he's everywhere. He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. Satan, he can't be everywhere at one time. That's why he got to send witches and warlocks and people who astral project and people who do the things of this world to tap into the spiritual realm. But let me tell you that no weapon that shall form will prosper. In Isaiah 54:17, if you live by his word, if you live by his word, if you are a doer and not just a hearer, you are blessed. You are blessed because in this time, and even before my time, right? But especially in this time, because we're at the end of the age, that most people, they know the truth. Like, people will rather hear a lie than to hear the truth. To me, that's the most craziest thing. People will rather hear a lie than to hear the truth. People will rather hear a lie than to hear the truth. It's crazy, but it's true. It's crazy, but it's true. But most people, you know what I'm saying, the Bible doesn't contradict itself. We want to keep willfully living in that sin, to keep willfully doing what we want to do because it feels good. It's just like a credit card. You can pay for it now, but you're going to have to pay for it later. Here's the thing, guys. When you're walking in Christ, when you trying to live a holy, righteous lifestyle, we're gonna always fall short for his glory. But it's a difference between when you willfully live in that sin lifestyle and when you slip up, as in whether you used to cuss all the time, whether you used to smoke, whatever that sin is, you know what I'm saying? Just say lying, for instance. You're trying to get away from lying, you got a bad habit of lying, right? And just say you was going on a streak for like a year and a half or two or something like that, and you know, and you driving, you know what I'm saying, you driving a whip and somebody done cut in front of you and almost caused an accident, and you say, you done cut in front of me, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes your flesh is gonna cave in, you know what I'm saying. But here's the, I put it to you like this: soon as your flesh wants to act up, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be like, Lord, forgive me for being angry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're human, we're right. We have a right to be angry, but don't act on the anger. That's when it becomes a sin. Just like a lot of things in this world nowadays, that people make it more than what it is and it becomes a sin. Like the word, ASS. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say it because of, they may try to demonetize my video or whatever. But that means donkey. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people make it more than what it is. Just like drinking. People drink until they're drunk. You can drink, but don't drink until you get drunk. Also to be sober minded. You know what I'm saying? Like weed, I really never thought that weed would be bad, but it can be bad for multiple reasons. It can be bad of putting you in a state of form of being sloth. Don't want to be motivated to do anything. You know what I'm saying? But even behind that, the origins of it, you know what I'm saying? Just like the cross, the origins of it, that came from the Roman Catholic. Like, y'all got to do y'all research nowadays before you follow a trend, before you start doing the things that everybody else is doing. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you can pay for it right now with credit, but you guarantee you're going to have to pay for it later. And when you pay for it later, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather know the Lord right now than to meet him on Judgment Day. And I'm looking at him, and he's looking at me, and he's like, okay, I done showed you this, I done showed you that, I done showed you this. But why was you being like a dog, going to his own vomit, eats his own vomit? I understand, guys. Like, we gon' fall short for his glory, of course, because we're human, and we'll never will be perfect till we get that purified body, that glorified body. But it's no excuse. It's no excuse when you have the knowledge and wisdom, when you've been exposed to the truth. Your sin is no acceptable to the Lord. I ain't said his word said, look, don't hate me, I'm just the messenger. Do you not like me? Have I become your enemy because I tell you the truth? And that's what it is nowadays. Like I'm a truthful person, and that's why a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, don't really like me or don't really want to be around me, because I'm a person who speaks the truth, whether you want to hear it or not, you know. And like I said, people would rather hear a lie than to hear the truth. Like, if someone like came up to me, you know what I'm saying, and I knew that I was wrong, they came up to me and it was like, "Hey, brother, hey, man," or if it was a girl, or whatever, and she was like, "Hey, bro, what you saying, I hear what you're saying, but you may want to seek the Lord a little bit more of what you're saying, because in His Word, He said X, Y, and Z, and what you're saying, you're just going by your own self-opinionated." Like, literally, guys, like on my video, like this woman, like, she's sitting there talking about, well, I like the cross and this and that, and commenting on my video, like, you know what I'm saying, on my video on TikTok or whatever, which it doesn't bother me, you know what I'm saying, because I'm going to speak the truth no matter what. But don't come to me with that foolishness, that BS, that bull snagger, when you telling me about your own self-opinionated, and then you're contradicting yourself. If the word, you know what I'm saying, like, literally, let's pull it up right quick, guys. Let's pull it up right quick. Okay. In Exodus 20, verse 4, you shall not make yourself in an image in the form of anything in heaven above. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 15, cursed be the man that maketh any graven or molded image, and abomination unto the Most High, the work of the hands of the craftsman. I ain't said it. He did in His Word. If that's what the Lord said in His Word, why are you going on your own self-opinionated on how you feel? It don't matter how you feel. If God says don't have sex, if you having sex without being in marriage, that is a sin. If you are a homosexual lusting after another man, sleeping with another man, that is abomination. Same way with a woman sleeping with a woman, or a man wearing woman clothes, or a woman wearing men's clothes. It's abomination. But people want to sit there and say that they love God, that they are holier than thou or whatever. Like, I'm not even claiming myself, guys, that I'm holier than thou. I'm just letting y'all know that if God can take me out that grave, if God can take me out that pit, He can take you out that pit, bro. If I was smoking like a chimney till the chimney couldn't even smoke no more, He can take you out that. If He can take the lust out of my heart, looking at women with lustful thoughts, He can do the exact same thing with you. But do you want that change? Do you want to make that effort? And when you do, you got to put on the full armor of God. Because if you don't, if you not, bro, you're going to fall every single time the enemy attacks. And depending on what kind of person that you are, he knows how to hook you like a fish. He knows how to reel you in. He knows how to hook you. Like, literally, guys, like demons, there's many different types of demons that are assigned to you that keep you in bondage, keep you in poverty. They keep you in that bondage of keep living that lifestyle and literally laughing at y'all. Because it's so easy to let y'all keep living that lifestyle, and they really even got to do nothing, because it's so easy to let y'all keep living that lifestyle. Like I said, guys, I'm not here to condemn nobody, but I'm just telling somebody who's watching this video that a man who came on this earth that can save any and everybody. I'm a nobody. I'm just a servant of the Most High God, of spitting His word and exposing the darkness, guys. Like I said, have I became your enemy because I have telling you the truth? Look, guys, you got to know when to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? To cut that person off. And cut that person off of when you're trying to do good, when you're trying to live holy, when you're trying to live a holy life, righteous lifestyle. Oh, excuse me. Lifestyle, right? But keep calling you to be in anger. You know what I'm saying? Like It's no shame or nothing, but I'm not gonna say exactly who I'm talking about. But you know, I love the man to death and everything. You know what I'm saying? I would do anything for him. But if you always put your 2 cents in every time that I talk to you, if you never, you know what I'm saying, listen to me of what I'm telling you, ain't gotta agree with everybody what somebody say. You know what I'm saying? But to listen and hear them out, and a lot of times, because I'm a reasonable person. Okay, this the thing. I'm a reasonable person, and I'm truthful for a lot of things. So if you really don't like what I'm saying, there's something in your heart that you need to correct, and that you need to change to let your heart not be hardened anymore. You know, like I said, people will rather hear a lie than to hear the truth. But um it's just crazy though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how, if y'all got people in your life like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I love the man to death and everything like that. But like when it comes to a point of every time that I talk to you or speak to you, you know what I'm saying? You causing me more harm in my mental and possibly, in my physical, you know what I'm saying? Because when it starts to affect in your mental, guys, it's gonna start to affect in the physical. Like, it's a real thing. When you are mentally ill, when you are mentally can't think straight, when you're around someone, you know what I'm saying, that all they do is evil. And I ain't gonna say really evil things like, you know what I'm saying, killing animals and stuff like that, but you know what I'm saying, doing things that you don't agree with, right? Whether it's a man cheating on his girl, or a girl, you know what I'm saying, that's not living a righteous lifestyle, you know what I'm saying, always wearing promiscuous things to get a man's attention. Like I always say, guys, you can get a true man attention by wearing a polo shirt, you know what I'm saying, got your shirt tucked in, and some blue jeans with some Sperry's on or something like that. You gonna get a real man's attention every single time than wearing tight clothing and being promiscuous and thinking that just because you showing everything that your mama done gave you, you know what I'm saying, that you gonna get a real man. That's not how it goes. And if y'all understand how a man operates, that a man, once he looks at a woman, you know what I'm saying, of how you show yourself, of how you appear, is how we judge y'all. If y'all ain't learned that by now, that's why a lot of us don't lock y'all down. That's why a lot of us sit there and just use y'all for sex and just being a side chick. I'm not one of those, like, if you want to dress like a side chick, if you want to dress like a whore, I'm going to leave you in the dust and let you be that way. I'm not going to sit there. Like, I ain't got the time and energy, guys, to, even if a woman came up to me or I seen a woman that I had interest in, and, you know, I'm saying, I ain't got the time of day to be telling them how they should speak to me, how they should treat me, how they should self-respect themselves. I don't have that time of energy to be giving that to somebody, because I'm too grown. Bro, I'm too grown. Y'all is too grown to be doing the foolish things that y'all doing, and then sitting there saying, well, why am I getting a little boy that just want me for sex? Why every single time that a man comes up to me and talk to me, right, he just want to get to my pants? And I ain't even gonna say man, a little boy, because a real man, he puts them little boy traits aside. A real man, you know what I'm saying, he looks within your heart. You know what I'm saying? And what's in your heart is gonna reflect on the outer side of your body. Say what? What's in your heart is gonna reflect on the outer side of your body. So you can say all day long that you love the Lord all day long, right? But if you causing your brother to fumble, to stumble, I ain't gonna say fumble, but stumble, to stumble, to want to lust after you, and the people that are living in the world to lust after you, you're gonna have the blood on your hands. You not know that's a spirit of lust, bro. That's a spirit of lust. Bro, imagine that, you know what I'm saying, a real man of God, right, sitting here wearing a white beater. Okay, I'm spinning it out to you guys. Imagine that a man, right, that's preaching and teaching like he's a man of God, right, and he's wearing a white beater, you know what I'm saying, whether, you know what I'm saying, it's white or black, it don't even matter, a white beater, right, and he's sitting there, you know what I'm saying, preaching and teaching, and you're going to have women that literally watch his videos and going to be like, ooh, that man look good, you know what I'm saying? His muscles popping, he looking good, you know what I'm saying? Like, you causing a woman to lust after you. Right or wrong. Right or wrong. Look, y'all can hate me or love me, but it's the same thing, bro. It's like they try to say, well, the more women that you get with of having sex and stuff like that, the more you gonna be good in bed and everything like that. Man, I don't know who done told y'all that living that kind of lifestyle, bro, you just gonna have soul tie after soul tie after soul tie, and then when you get the actual woman of God, or when you actually get the right person, you ain't gonna know how to treat them, you ain't gonna know how to talk to them, you ain't even gonna see the sign of knowing that that's a real G, that's a real person. And when I mean a real person, like, that is a genuine person. It is rare nowadays that you gonna get a genuinely a genuine person that's going to love you for who you are, that's not gonna leave you because of you don't have money, that ain't gonna leave you because of you don't portray yourself as being this player, or being this having self-image. Bro, I could care less, even if I was in high school, right? And how most men will have an image of talking to so model of girls, you know what I'm saying, and having a name to himself of having so many bodies. That ain't nothing to brag about, bro. That ain't nothing to brag about. Something to brag about is being holy and righteous and saving your body for that right person. And when you get that right person, to give yourself up to that person, right? That they can have something that that nobody else had. Bro, I know I'm speaking to somebody right now that somebody else ain't had. Bro, if you that man keep living that lifestyle, if you that woman keep living that lifestyle, wait until the right person. Wait until the right person. Don't fall into the snare of the enemy with his devices that he wants you to live this lifestyle that's pleasing to your flesh, but you can, like I said, pay for it now with credit on a credit card. But you're going to have to pay for it later. You're going to have to pay for it later. What you reap is what you sow. What you reap is what you sow. If that's all that you do, and you know what I'm saying? If that's all that you do, excuse me, word. If that's all that you do is lust after women, if that's all you do is trying to chase the bag, if that's all you do is being sloth, if that's all you do is try to be in pride, if that's all you do is being greed, bro, I know I'm speaking to some. Look, I know this message ain't for everybody, but this message is for somebody that want to hear it, that need to hear it, that want to keep on hearing it, that want the motivation to keep on going. Cause we ain't got enough motivation nowadays of giving somebody that applause to keep on going, to keep doing what you doing. People would rather talk down on you than to lift you up. When you see your brother in Christ, or a brother that's down, you know what I'm saying? Don't sit there and mock him. Don't sit there and look at him funny. Just because he down, that don't mean he won't be up. Like Michael Jackson said, which I don't promote Michael Jackson, but like Michael Jackson said, that that same man that you look at funny, whether it's a homeless man that's on the street, or someone that's, asking you for money, and you know that they need money to get by, whether it's paying a bill or getting something in the store that they need to eat, you know what I'm saying, to live the next day. You can be in that same position. That same position. God is not playing in this season, guys. God is not playing in this season. If you want to mock, okay, keep mocking, and you're going to see why God is not going to be mocked. If you sit there and say that you love the Lord, right, online, especially when you got audience that's looking at, like, whoo, Lord, please tell me to decrease so you can increase, Lord, Father God. It is so shameful right? That these rappers, they sit there and talking about, you know what I'm saying, they rapping about the Lord or whatever, right? It may have a little, you know what I'm saying, beat to a little jig to it or whatever. But then, you know what I'm saying, you wearing a Jesus shirt that ain't even Jesus.
Kingdom steppers walked inside the service, pushing for revival. Big old cross around my neck, dancing.
It's like, you got, bro, you got literally like, people think that Jesus was white. Bro, it tells you in the Bible that how God looked, how Jesus looked. But people want to sit there, like I said, and then play on God's name. But back to what I'm saying, that you going to have the blood on your hands. When you send there false, if you ask me, false advertising, that's what it is, false advertising, and you not coming the correct way on how the Lord is, you're going to have the blood on your hands, because it's rappers out there that's wearing that fake Jesus and the cross and all that. But then little do y'all know that cross, it came from the pagan Romans, Catholic, the Romans. And then they changed the verse of cross. He died on a tree. He didn't literally die on no cross. What is a cross? Bro, y'all going to have the blood on your hands. Bro, especially these rappers that's talking about that they woke, that they turn to God and this and that, right? Wearing that false imagery, right? But what did God say in his word in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 14 and I think 17, right? Let me make sure I'm saying that right. Yeah, chapter 4, verse 16 through 18. And then Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. Bro, it says it right there. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, people want to feel comfortable in their own skin. People want to feel good of doing what they want to do. People want to feel good to keep eating sweets, right? That's what Satan does. He wants you to keep craving these things. He wants you to keep craving sucralose. He wants you to keep craving Mochidax. He wants you to keep craving corn syrup. He wants you to crave high fructose, so he can keep reeling you in like a fish. So every single time, right, depending on what kind of person that you are, they keep reeling you in. So every single time that one minute you say, you know what, I'm gonna live for the Lord, and then when the sin comes around, you don't deny yourself. Like I said, you gonna slip up. You know what I'm saying? Because we're not in a glorified body. We're not in a purified body. You know what I'm saying? Until we leave this earth, but what I'm saying is when you willfully doing it, when you practicing it, that's when it's a sin. Lawlessness is sin, and sin is lawlessness. Those who practice lawlessness are in sin. Most preachers ain't gonna tell you this. Most preachers ain't gonna sit there and tell you that once you give your life to Christ, right, the old things that you no longer do anymore, you no longer have the taste to want to keep doing that anymore. Right? At times, right, when you get away from it, right, at times you're gonna have that craving of oh, you know, I need to go back smoking. I need to go back, you know, fornicating. I needed the ways of this world. But if you stay in communion with the Lord, he will give you the strength to overcome it. But like I said, that we're always going to fall short for his glory, but that doesn't justify at all to keep living a unholy and unrighteously lifestyle. Guys, like I can't even explain it to you guys. Like, when I left Buc-ee's, bro, like, this, you might as well say, like, 2.5 years ago now. When I haven't worked since, like, 2.5 years ago. That, one day I was listening to, you know, the music, you know what I'm saying, glorify God and everything like that on my way to work. And literally, guys, when I got inside a building, like, my body just was feeling like sick, was just feeling ill. Like, I was just like tearing up and like crying for no reason. And your boy just don't cry and tear up for no reason. When I do, it's because the Holy Spirit is speaking to me, or I'm really like going through it. But when I'm going through it, it's really the Holy Spirit talking to me. And you know, and I was texting my mother, and I was like, Mom, I don't know why I'm crying. I don't know why I'm feeling like I'm sick. And the more that I kept staying, the more that the minute kept going, the minute that the second turned into minutes, that turned into that hour, my body was like, bro, you gotta leave. And and when I left, guys, like soon as I didn't even I just walked out. I just got my stuff out my locker and I left. And when I left, like, I felt so good. And then I just start having battle problems of of you know what I'm saying, around my parts that I was hurting real bad. And then you know what I'm saying, I stopped smoking and stuff like that. And um and then I went back smoking because, like, I couldn't find no no what's the word, cure for my pain that I was going through. But little do I know, the pain that I was going through was only really strengthening me to overcome the bigger obstacles that teaches me what I've been through and what I'm going through and what I'm achieving right now. Like, guys, like, I was taking gabapentin. My memory could be wrong, you know what I'm saying? Cause my memory could be wrong, but I believe I was on it for like 2 years or something like that. I think like a year and a half, going on 2 years. And I was taking that because of the pain that I was having in my body. Like, literally, guys, like, the way that I touch my hand, the way that I move my body, like, I couldn't do it. Like, I was aching and hurting so bad, especially around my parts. Like, I don't know why I was hurting that bad. And long story short, like, one day I was like, Lord, I'm really tired of going through this pain. Lord, I'm really tired of going through this agony. And when I fully surrendered to him, like, literally fully surrender with prayer and fasting and fasting and praying, excuse me, that he showed me these things. And he was like, all right, take cayenne pepper. And when I started taking cayenne pepper, like, my blood flow, my circulation started going in. Like, little do people know, like, as you get older, your blood vessel starts to clog up because of the seed oils that they put in his food and stuff like that. Is to kill you slowly but surely. But then they want you to go to a doctor, right, to get these prescription pills that's going to cure that problem that you have, and right, cure-ish that problem. And then that problem turns into another problem, and that problem turns to another problem. It's like an unending cycle. So you keep going to the doctor. That's the program. And these doctors don't know nothing. I'm trying to tell you, the Lord is my doctor. The Lord is my provider. The Lord has shown me how to live the way I need to live. He done showed me from the miracles from bro. If y'all could see the miracles, the only person that really done seen it is my mom. Literally, my mom is literally the only one who done see me from my best and to my worst. You know what I'm saying? And like recently, guys, like, that was kind of one of the reasons why I ain't been really making no videos. Cause, like, bro, I don't know if y'all ever had sciatica. I believe I'm saying that right. Sciatica. Your boy was in some pain. I couldn't even sit the way I'm sitting now without, laying on one side and I'm sorry, I don't know why I made that voice. I mean, that sound. But, you know what I'm saying? Grunting and all that. Like, I'm being truthful, though, because, like I said, if you ever had that, like, man, it hurts to walk. It hurts to sit down. Like, guys, like I would cry. I'm trying to tell you, like, that pain. I don't wish that on not even my worst enemy. I wish that on nobody, bro. I wish that never exists, but I feel like God let me go through that pain because, what I've been going through, like what I've been doing. Like, I told the Lord, you know what I'm saying, use me as your vessel. And so I've been making videos, and that's what I'm going to keep on doing until he guides me and showed me on something else that he wants me to do. And this is just my testimony of, if he can take me out of taking man-made pills from the body and from the aches and pain that I was having in my body. And then not only that, when I had sciatica for, like, I don't know, 2.5 weeks, going on 3 or something like that. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know. It was a good minute. I ain't gonna lie. Probably almost a month. Probably almost like 3 weeks or whatever. That he allowed these things, you know what I'm saying, to let you go through the fire, go through the trials and tribulation, so you can build your faith and to keep your faith. If you never go through no trials and no tribulation, how you gonna ever testify to somebody else who may be going through the exact same situation that you going through? I mean, I'm just keeping it a buck with y'all. I mean, I'm just keeping it real with y'all. You know what I'm saying? But most people ain't gonna understand, because most people, you know what I'm saying, gonna be, why me? Why I gotta go through this? Why? Not once did I really, you know what I'm saying, really had that thought of, Lord, why am I going through this? You know what my mindset was? I know that I'm gonna get through this. On my, even on my work, when I had sciatica and my pain was real bad of me walking and moving, your boy still got on up. Your boy still got on up. Every time that I have fallen, I done got back on up, and it just made me stronger than what I am today. Don't nobody know what I go through except the Lord. And God lets us go through things, you know what I'm saying, for his glory. For his glory. I give him the glory. I give him the honor for changing my heart, of molding me in this way that I need to be shifted to be in this spotlight. I look, I'm not really that type of person that likes the lights, camera, action. You know what I'm saying?